a resume or
People that
a
do
paper.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on. You can go ahead.
Okay. Is God our creation or are we God's creation?
We get an either or we don't get no answer.
Just
This is the questions we're provided. So
like,
an either
did
or,
we
not
create God? Just
no,
as like
I
a
got your
mental-
question.
Okay.
Say it again. Read it again.
Are we God's? Is God our creation or are we God's creation?
It's hard to answer that question because I believed in the universe. I don't necessarily believe in a God, but I believe in a universal, something greater than all of us, but I wouldn't classify it necessarily as God.
Okay.
So I can't answer your question. I'm sorry.
no, that's a fine answer.
I think the universe created us. If that's the answer, that would be the answer I would
That's
give.
okay.
All right.
How do you know that God doesn't exist?
I've experienced a lot of different religions and a lot of different beliefs in my life, and I kind of come to the conclusion that a long, long, long time ago, humans coined that term, and for some reason that's what's stuck. But I don't think it's necessarily a god or a goddess, because garden means male, goddess means female, but they never say goddess, they always say God. So I really think it's, again, the universe that created all of us. How that happened, I have no idea. So.
That's all. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was very short.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, really.
Quick and painless.
All right.
Thank you very much, executive producer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Interviewer and cameraman.
All right. Thank you, Douglas.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good afternoon. I hope
All
we
right.
get some more people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wrong. Go ahead.
What do you believe happens after you die?
Oh wow, that's a serious question. Personally, I believe you die and you rot.
How do you know? Like, what made you come up to this conclusion?
I have not a clue. It's just a conclusion I came to.
Well, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's
All
actually
right.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Ready? Go ahead.
How do you define evil?
Personal intention to do harm or deceive others.
How is the way that we're going to solve evil in our world? What do you think the solution is?
Basically, to bring people up with better morals and standards.
Thank you. That's all we needed. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Ready? Go ahead.
Do you think that there is something that is really moral? Or is morality just this thing that everyone has different?
I think it's like different things. It's how you've been taught since you were little, you know, and how just because there's so many different views on it, I think it's complex.
How have you come to that conclusion?
Well, it was kind of how I was taught, you know, because I was taught different than probably what you guys were taught, and that's what I see as different views and morals.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Is the purpose of education to find truth, prepare for a profession, or what is the purpose of education?
Well, I think the purpose of education is to find, you know, a career. Because if you just come here to BC trying to, you know, not find an education, you're just kind of pretty much wasting your time. That's what my professor taught me too. If the point of coming to college is pretty much to find a career, and if you don't, then you're just wasting your time.
Okay. How have you come to that conclusion?
Well, I mean, because I think it's kind of true too. Because I've been coming here to BC and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been lost, and my professor's been helping me out, and I sometimes think I'm wasting my time, but I just kind of want to find my career too.
Thank you. Thank you
All right.
both.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
What is the good life?
Being happy, having a good job, and living in a comfortable home that you're comfortable with a comfortable relationship.
What would you say about competing definitions?
That's a good life.
Like if someone else defines something else as the good life, what would you say to that?
Wait, what do you mean? If
How,
someone,
how would you argue for your good life instead of say mine that would be different than yours?
well, you know what, whatever makes you happy. If that makes you happy, then you know.
Thank you.
That's
Perfect.
Thank you
That's
so
it,
much.
right? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. Is God our creation or are we God's creation?
No.
do you think that we like thought up God and so we created God in our minds, or do you think that He created us so He's like real and alive?
Maybe. I guess in some ways it works both ways. If He did create us, then hold on. I don't know. Well, if He was our creation, it was probably just so people could deal with things and also guidelines. But I really am not sure. I'm taking a philosophy class right now. That's why I thought I could answer these questions.
Oh, that's okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. How would a person learn about God? Say that He is real. How would you think that a person would learn about God?
If He were real, then He'd be all around us. It'd be impossible not to hear about Him.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. What do you believe happens after we die?
Nothing. We're dead.
How can you be sure?
How can you be sure something else does happen? I mean, we've never had anyone come back from the dead to tell us what happens when we die. So, that's why.
So, what stops you from believing that there is something after death?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, thank
Okay.
you.
And Thank we're you. ready.
Is immorality a matter of opinion, or is there some objective standard of behavior that applies to everyone?
Morality is what you make it. Some people are good, some people are bad. But then again, we're defining what's good and bad.
Right. So, how do you know that you're right? Like, how have you come to this conclusion?
That's pretty much what I think. If I think I'm right, I'm right. But if I think someone else can prove that contradictory, then they're right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Is the purpose of education to find the truth or to prepare for a profession or something else?
Well, I think the purpose of education is what you want to get out of it.
Okay. How can you know that you're right? How have you come to this conclusion?
Experience and wisdom.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wait, do that again.
Oh my gosh, Tanner.
All right, again, just go.
How do you find evil?
Find evil?
How do you define evil?
Oh, define evil. What's let's see, the sense of wrongdoing, doing something wrong to someone.
Okay. What is the solution to evil in our world?
Happiness, peace.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.